Welcome everyone to the Gula Tech Adventures YouTube channel. I'm Ron Gula, and today we're going to share some exciting drone footage from our portfolio company, Anno.AI, and discuss ShardSecure's new OEM partnership with Entrust. But first, I want to take a moment to recognize that we lost a true legend today. Robert Redford passed away on September 16th, 2025. And that brings me to talk about one of the most influential cybersecurity movies ever made, Sneakers from 1992. The plot of Sneakers is absolutely brilliant. Martin Bishop, played by Robert Redford, leads this team of security specialists who basically do what we'd call penetration testing today. They break into companies to test their security systems, which was a revolutionary concept for mainstream audiences back then. The movie centers around this mysterious black box that turns out to be a universal code breaker, something that can decrypt anything. When you unscramble the letters, C-Tech Astronomy spells too many secrets, which is terrifyingly prescient given where we are today with surveillance and privacy concerns. This film really inspired a whole generation to get into cybersecurity. The team includes Sidney Poitier as a former CIA operative, Dan Aykroyd as a conspiracy theorist electronics expert, River Phoenix as a young hacker, and David Strathairn as a blind surveillance genius. And of course, the best scene in the movie is when Robert Redford's character Marty walks away from being able to hack, or more specifically, decrypt anything.
The world isn't run by weapons anymore, or energy, or money. It's run by little ones and zeros, little bits of data. It's all just electrons.
I don't care.
I don't expect other people to understand this, but I do expect you to understand this. We started this journey together.
It wasn't a journey, cuz. It was a prank.
There's a war out there, old friend.
That scene really set up cybersecurity roles to be a position of trust in our society, much like doctors and lawyers. The movie showed that with great technical power comes great responsibility, and that sometimes the most ethical choice is to walk away from that power. Now, let me move on to some exciting news from our portfolio. ShardSecure has just announced a major OEM partnership with Entrust. This is huge news because it combines ShardSecure's innovative microshard technology with Entrust's hardware security modules that are validated to FIPS 143 Level 3. For those who might not be familiar, ShardSecure is one of our portfolio companies that does something really unique. They take your files and break them into tiny fragmented pieces called microshards, then scatter them across different storage locations. What makes this brilliant is that even if an attacker gets into one of your storage systems, they can't reconstruct your data because they'd need pieces from multiple locations. And here's the best part. ShardSecure has a free version called Spark that supports 10 gigabytes of data, so you can actually try this technology yourself. Let me show you how this file sharding technology works.
ShardSecure is a web-based application that enables creation of network file shares and storage of sharded data across multiple local and cloud storage technologies. ShardSecure supports dozens of cloud storage technologies such as Dropbox, Amazon S3, Google, IBM Cloud, Box, Azure, and many others. Data is protected by splitting files into tiny chunks, as small as 4 bytes, and scattering them randomly across storage buckets. Even with full access to all shards, a hacker can't reconstruct the original files. Data protected by ShardSecure can be accessed by authenticated enterprise users through Windows file sharing. In this demo, SMB file sharing from an Apple desktop is used to connect to ShardSecure and retrieve music files.
Now let's talk about another exciting portfolio company, Anno.AI. Our managing partner, Cindy Gula, recently went on a fascinating trip to North Dakota for a drone exercise sponsored by Anno.AI. Let me show you some footage from that trip.
Gula Tech managing partner Cindy Gula traveled to North Dakota to participate in a drone exercise organized by our portfolio company, Anno.AI. The exercise included ground-to-air drone engagement with tungsten shotgun shells. Drone operators from the Ukraine, Israel, and Europe and the US participated. There were extensive demonstrations of drone capabilities, including highly modularized drones that can be quickly assembled on the battlefield, airborne drones that can land and roll on rough terrain, drones that can act as a mothership, air-to-ground targeting,
There it goes.
and drone versus drone aerial combat with a stick. Just like AI and cybersecurity, drone technology is rapidly evolving, Exercises like this ensure our allies and our warfighters have the latest drone tactics and techniques. Cindy Gula also shot her drone with her first shot.
And lastly, let's talk about Apple's new memory integrity enforcement technology that they just announced in September 2025. This is actually a really significant development. Apple has been working on this for about 5 years, combining both hardware and software to create what they're calling always-on memory safety protection. What this does is protect against some of the most common and dangerous memory corruption vulnerabilities like buffer overflows and use after free bugs. The technology uses secure memory allocators, enhanced memory tagging, and something called tag confidentiality enforcement to make sure attackers can't predict or leak the protection tags. And here's what's really impressive. It protects both the kernel and over 70 userland processes by default on the new devices. But here's the thing about cybersecurity. It's never free. You want this new hardware-level memory protection that makes exploit chains much harder and more expensive for the bad guys? Well, you're going to need to upgrade to the iPhone 17 or the new iPhone Air with those A19 chips. Apple's basically saying, hey, you want the good security? Time to buy a new phone. Now, we've long argued about which platforms are the most secure, and this is just another chapter in that ongoing debate. If you want to dive deeper into platform security comparisons, I definitely recommend checking out our video, Is Signal Safe for My Desktop?, where we break down desktop versus mobile security risks and talk about why sometimes your phone might actually be more secure than your computer. It all started when a friend, a senior mobile security expert, asked me,
Hi, Ron. Why do you run Signal on your complex operating systems? You should just run it on your phone to lower your attack surface.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you found this helpful, please hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe for more cybersecurity insights and startup advice. We really appreciate your support, and it helps us keep bringing you the latest in cyber news and analysis. Until next time, stay secure out there.